Alright, buckle up folks, because today we're diving into a story that's got Italy buzzing and should have you checking your bank accounts. Big names, big money, and a whole lot of deception. How could some of Italy's most powerful people, like Massimo Moratti, the Menarini family, and the Beretta dynasty, become victims of a sophisticated scam? Was this just a lucky shot, or a sign of a much larger problem? Stick around, because we're about to break it all down. So, what exactly happened? Well, it appears these business titans were targeted by scammers impersonating Italian Defense Minister Guido Crosetto. They used cloned phone numbers, mimicking calls from the ministry, and even employed voice cloning technology to sound like the minister himself. The story goes that they were asked for urgent funds for the release of journalists held hostage. Heartstrings were pulled, and trust, it seems, was exploited. It's a classic con, but with a high-tech twist. And it begs the question, if they can fool these guys, who's next? The immediate impact is clear: potential financial losses for those who fell for the scam. Recovering those funds? That's a big question mark. But it's not just about the money. These are prominent figures. Being seen as gullible, even if you're a billionaire, can sting. It raises questions about their judgment and their security protocols. Think about it. The embarrassment alone could be crippling. This isn't just a financial hit. It's a reputational body blow. Now, the Carabinieri are on the case, and you can bet they're throwing resources at this. Tracking the money, finding the perpetrators, it's a full-scale investigation. But this also means a surge in demand for cybersecurity firms. Companies specializing in social engineering defense and fraud prevention are going to be busy. This scam exposed a weakness, and the market will respond. Expect to see new products and services designed to protect against these kinds of attacks. It's a reactive market, but a necessary one. But the impact ripples far beyond the immediate victims. This scam erodes trust. Trust in authority figures, trust in institutions. People are going to be more skeptical of phone calls, of requests for money, even from seemingly legitimate sources. It creates a climate of anxiety, especially among wealthy individuals. And let's be honest, this kind of publicity breeds copycats. Expect to see more scams targeting high-profile individuals. The sharks are circling. Let's talk about the ethics here. These scammers weren't just stealing money. They were exploiting vulnerability, preying on people's desire to help, their compassion. Impersonating a government official? That's a serious breach of public trust. And targeting individuals based on their wealth? That raises serious questions about privacy and data security. This isn't just a crime. It's a moral failing. Beyond cybersecurity, expect to see an increase in demand for PR firms specializing in crisis management. These individuals and companies need to manage the reputational fallout. And yes, there's going to be a surge in demand for insurance products that cover fraud and scams targeting high-net-worth individuals. Banks and financial institutions that handle the transfers? They're under the microscope now. Expect increased scrutiny and pressure to improve fraud detection measures. The whole financial ecosystem is feeling the aftershocks. Now, let's shift gears. The Paul Haggis case, where he was initially released in a rape case, presents a completely different set of risks. Regardless of the legal outcome, the alleged victim's trauma is central. But even being accused can inflict significant damage to Haggis's reputation. It's a reminder that reputational risk isn't always about financial scams. It can stem from deeply personal and serious allegations. The legal costs alone are staggering. But the potential impact on future film projects involving Haggis? That's a major business risk for the entertainment industry. Studios and producers might be wary of working with him due to the controversy. This case also reignites discussions about the #MeToo movement. It highlights the challenges of prosecuting sexual assault cases and the complexities surrounding consent. This is a conversation we need to keep having. Ethically, this case is a tightrope walk, balancing the right to due process for the accused with the need to address and prevent sexual violence is a complex challenge. The judge's statement suggesting a complex affair is already sparking controversy. Is it minimizing the seriousness of the accusation? Is it potentially blaming the victim? These are uncomfortable questions, but we need to confront them. Okay, let's move on to some more positive news. Exor, the holding company controlled by the Agnelli family, had its best year ever. According to John Elkann, this success is largely due to FCA, now Stellantis. But what does this mean for the future? And what are the risks associated with such a strong reliance on a single entity? Elkann's mention of a successor to Marchionni coming from within the team provides some clarity and reassurance about the company's future leadership. But succession planning is always a business risk. A poorly executed transition can disrupt everything. and FCA's strong performance puts pressure on competitors. The automotive industry is a cutthroat business, and staying on top requires constant innovation and adaptation. FCA's success can lead to job creation. A successful automotive industry contributes to overall economic growth. And for Italy, the success of a major company like FCA boosts national pride. It's a reminder that even in a globalized world, national identity and economic performance are intertwined. But don't forget, economic downturns can hit the automotive industry hard. Diversification is key. So, what's the common thread here? Whether it's a sophisticated scam, a high-profile legal case, or a company's record-breaking year, there are always risks lurking beneath the surface. Technical risks, business risks, ethical risks. Ignoring these risks is a recipe for disaster. Let's drill down on voice cloning. It's becoming incredibly easy to replicate someone's voice using AI. All you need is a short audio sample, and algorithms can create a convincing replica. This technology has legitimate uses, like creating audiobooks or aiding people with speech impairments. But in the wrong hands, it's a weapon of mass deception. Imagine the possibilities for fraud, disinformation, and identity theft. So, how do you protect yourself? First, be skeptical. Verify requests for money, especially if they come unexpectedly. Use strong, unique passwords for all your accounts. Enable two-factor authentication whenever possible. Be wary of suspicious links and attachments. And most importantly, educate yourself and your family about the latest scams and cyber threats. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and stay safe. Ultimately, this is about trust. Trust in institutions, trust in technology, trust in each other. These recent events highlight the fragility of that trust. We need to demand greater accountability from tech companies, stronger regulations from governments, and a renewed commitment to ethical behavior from individuals and organizations. The future depends on it. So, there you have it. A deep dive into a series of events that expose the complexities of our modern world. From elite scams to legal battles to corporate triumphs, the risks are ever present. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and remember that critical thinking is your best defense. What do you think? Are we heading towards a more vulnerable world, or can we adapt and overcome these challenges? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching.